Hey everyone, what's up? Today I'm going to make a little bit of a video talking about some of the gear that I take with me as an amateur driver when I travel to events, travel for racing, and how can I efficiently carry some of the gear. I've traveled a couple of times already for driving, and I've had the opportunity to kind of refine this process a bit. At the beginning, it was very, very cumbersome, but now I've gotten it to the point that I just carry this carry-on bag and then also a small helmet bag. And so I'm going to talk you through some of those things right now. All right, so I'm going to talk you guys through some of the gear. So what I carry is this bag. I forget the name, but I'll put it in the description. It was pretty cheap on Amazon, but it seems to kind of solve the needs. And the second thing that I carry is this bag from CMS. It's a helmet bag. CMS is Competition Motorsports. They are located here in Austin. And they sell like a lot of gear. You can go in and get helmets. You can get fire stuff, fire rated gear, comms. I mean, a gazillion things you can get from there. But they had this bag as well, and I want to just kind of talk about it here as we go through. All right, so what do you actually take with you? For me, I have to take clothes, of course, but I also have to bring my race gear. And race gear can be kind of bulky, so we talk about our suits, talk about our Hans device. It's kind of a lot to carry all of that stuff. So I want to just kind of talk you guys through what I have. This is standard carry-on size, and so how I like to do this is I will bring my carry-on, and then I will bring another bag, which is the helmet bag, as kind of my personal item as a backpack. But I have to kind of fit in quite a lot of things. So I have to fit in the gear, right? My clothes, and then also my helmet and my computer and these kinds of things. So let's start here. So this thing has two main pockets, right? This pocket here on the right side is what I use to hold the gear. We have this little like lanyard that we can use to keep things in place. But what goes over here is exclusively race stuff. So in this Alpinestars bag, you'll have my suit. I'll have any like balaclavas or anything like that. And then I also have my gloves. So Alpinestars gloves as well. Those are all in here. I have Puma gloves, but I also wear these Alpinestars gloves because the Puma gloves that I have are a bit special, and I try not to wear those because I don't want to mess them up. But this is what I wear on a normal basis. So we have this stuff, and then this zips nicely, and then it's also very compactable, right? Like you can kind of push this down a good bit, and it will kind of form into any shape within reason that you put it in. So this little section here is exclusively for this stuff. So we get this in here, push it down nice and far, and we take our Hans. So the thing about a Hans is it's kind of clunky, right? Like it doesn't bend, obviously, because it's a safety item. It has to be quite rigid. But you can't fit in a helmet bag, really. At least not the one that I have. And it's kind of cumbersome, but it does kind of fit in a weird way in the suitcase. So what we do is we just kind of put it in here, kind of get it into any corner that I can find, and I take this little lanyard thing and I just latch it. And this is gonna stay put pretty much until I get to where I'm going, and we're like going to the track. I don't take this carry-on with me to the track. I have a separate little thing that I take. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But this kind of comes with me just like this, and this stays secure. So, I mean, this isn't like the best thing in the world, but like, as they toss your stuff around at TSA, this isn't really gonna move. And then we move on to the other side, and this is where we keep like the clothes and those kinds of things. Really quick, I want to talk about this little pocket here, as it has the like silica beads. Get rid of those. I keep one of these tiles. This is not sponsored or anything. Like I don't have any relationship with tile, but this is a really nice like platform agnostic way to kind of keep track of your gear. I don't let this thing go. I don't check this bag, but if for some reason it does get lost or something else, I want to be able to kind of know where it is. And so this thing is a tile. Sometimes they force you to check your bag as well, so this is for one of those cases. And I just keep it in this little pocket. I don't put anything else in here. This pocket is exclusively for the tile, and I can keep track of where it is. And it just kind of tucks down in there, and it's good. And then over here we have our clothes. So you gotta fit kind of a lot of stuff in here, right? I have my GoPro in here. It's a really good place for it. And inside my GoPro case, I have SD card reader or like a MacBook, so like Lightning or USB-C, to be able to take the SD cards. Really cheap, just whatever on Amazon. Then I have a couple of mounts, I have another reader, and I put the extra SD cards in here, and then the GoPro. So this is actually one of those things that like isn't super malleable, right? Like it's pretty stiff, and so I kind of have to give it a place, and it has to stick in that place. And there isn't really much you can do. So that does get put in here because it's pretty secure and it's only gonna come out once I get to where I'm going. If I film anything for a video while we're traveling, I just use my phone. It records in 4K 60. This is being recorded on my phone. I have microphones now, little lapel microphones, and I can just use that. So that's what this is for. And then I have a couple of these little like movable, malleable bags that you can fit stuff in. I could probably travel like with 7 days worth of stuff, and that's including like changes of clothes in this bag. But this is just like 4 days worth of stuff. And it's actually a little overkill for what I'm doing, but I want to have like extra clothes just in case. So we have these bags, and they come in a set. That actually fell out, so that's not really a good example. But this is also like the toiletries bag, and so you can zip this up, and we can put. Actually, one of the things, funny enough, what this is the refresh spray for like all of the gear. So you can't normally like just shove these things in a washing machine. I mean, you can, but you can't like put them in the dryer either. It's like they're a little bit more sensitive of items to wash. But this spray also kind of just helps keep them fresh. So I think it has like some germ killing properties in these things. So I poured it in this little spray bottle and I keep it in my toiletries bag. And then obviously you'll put your other toiletries in here and you can zip it up. It has a little pocket in here for some other stuff. But you can put a good amount of things in here. So like toothbrush, any other toiletries, you can put in here and it'll stuff it into the case. And then I have another one here. These are just for like undergarments, right? So you have a bag for undergarments. There is also quite a few other bags that are different sizes. They have even like a dirty laundry bag. So this one, like, I don't know how good it works. Like, it works kind of okay, but you can separate out, you know, the clothes that you've worn, and just kind of have like some laundry, and you can actually just shove that down in here. That's what I do. So I unzip this little like pocket and then shove that in there once it's all done. So you can do that. And then I normally just bring a couple of other bags, right? Like, you never know when you need bags, and they don't take up any space. Like, you know, you fold this thing up. Actually, I kind of forgot it was even in here. You fold this thing up, and it takes no space up at all. Same thing here. One thing I do keep in here that is race related as well is cool suit. So I get, or a cool shirt rather, I get hot very easily. These things are a lifesaver for me right now, especially if I'm doing stuff here in Texas. Texas gets super hot, so I keep this shirt. This is the fire rated one, so I can wear it as the only like undergarment. But I keep this in my bag, in my carry-on bag, because it's just a bit much to try to put in a helmet bag. So I'll put this, you know, kind of folded up. However, it doesn't fold gracefully because it's got the tubes and everything, right? But I'll get this in here, put the nozzles under to just kind of protect it, and this is like the base of everything. And then you just kind of shove things in here. So, like I said, these bags are really malleable, right? So I can put this in here and kind of squish it around as I need to. If I'm only bringing 4 days worth of stuff like I did this time, you know, this is a lot smaller, but if I bring more, it'll be a little bit bigger. And then take this bag and kind of put it in here. And then, like I said, you know, it moves around like a bit. your GoPro bag, or box rather, shove that down in there, and our toiletries bag is shoved over here, and we even still have more space. Like this, the really good thing about having a zipper here is it kind of gives you a good gauge on how much space you have left. If you really need to stuff this thing, you could just not zip this. But I still have like a good amount of space that if I wanted to bring more stuff, I certainly could. You can fit a pair of shoes in here. I have a little shoe bag. Actually, one of the bags that's under there is a shoe bag. You can fit some shoes in there. The bag will just kind of like make sure your shoes are maybe dirty or whatever don't get all over your clothes and stuff. But you can really fit a pair of shoes in here. It doesn't look like it, but like I said, you can move this stuff around a lot and make a pair of shoes fit. So in this case, I'm only like bringing my racing shoes and then another pair of shoes. But you could put like some flip flops in here, whatever they're called. And yeah, so that works nicely. And then what I do with the clothes, right, is I'll just fold them. So actually, let's give you a live look what I do. It's not the neatest thing in the world, but it does work quite well. So we'll take this shirt, let's say we take this Puma shirt, and we'll just kind of like loosely fold it up. Do it like this, and then we just roll it, right? Like, we can iron it at the hotel if we need to. We're not really worried about wrinkles and stuff here. We're just worried about getting as much in as small a space as possible. And then you just come over and zip it up. And you just shove it in here. So now that's 5 shirts for 2 days that I have now, right? And it still fits quite nicely. And we still got a little bit of space. I'm even gonna take an extra bag here or just whatever. And one more for good measure. I'll just shove this in there. And we're good, right? Like now we're ready to go. Usually these cases will expand a bit. So you can zip them. And then what I like to do is I have a lockable case, so I'll lock it. And then also I have these luggage straps that just in case, like I said, if I have to check it, it just kind of prevents it from opening. I don't want my stuff to fly all over the place. So you can just strap that in and you're good. So let's talk about the helmet bag. All right, so the helmet bag is actually a pretty interesting thing. And one quick note before I forget, actually in the suitcase, the carry-on, I'll shove a backpack on the top of that. So I got a little extra space. This backpack is what I like carry to the track. So it's got pockets for phone chargers and documents and laptops and all kinds of things. We'll shove this on the top of that. Obviously, with nothing in it, it's really small, right? So it can be made to be very compact. And we'll shove it in on top of the rest of the stuff, zip that bag down, and we're good. But talking about the helmet bag, this thing is what I keep on me. So this does not leave my sight. It's on my back. It's a normal backpack, but it has really great utility. So we'll take our very nice Stilo helmet. Love this thing. This is my lid for this year. Super excited about this. First really nice helmet. So we'll take this thing. And this bag is pretty cool because it has a couple of components. So you've got the big helmet pocket, right? So this is where you put your helmet. But then you have a couple of other things. So at the very bottom here, you've got this pull-out rain cover. So, you might have electronics in here. You can pull this thing out really quickly and just kind of shove it over it. So that's pretty nice. Also, if you just kind of want to leave it, if you do have to leave it in somewhere that's kind of like, maybe not the best, it just kind of covers it and hides what it is. So that's an option, and it's just attached with a little lanyard, and you just, kind of roll it back up, shove it back in the bottom. You can also put some other stuff in here if you need to, like documents could definitely fit in here. There is a little bit more space. So it's definitely an option. The back is padded as like a normal backpack would be, so it's not too bad, whatever you have carrying on your back. You have this really big pocket here for the helmet and stuff. We'll get to that in a second. What we have on the top is another pocket that goes, like, you know, a good chunk of the way down the bag. And this is where we stick our chargers. So, you know, chargers, put battery banks, get our chargers in here. We just shove this thing full of stuff. You know, on a plane, you might need your charger, you might need your battery bank if it's a long enough flight and they don't have the chargers or it's not working well. You can fit a good amount of stuff in here, like really a good amount of stuff. And then that's good. And then, what you kind of might not have been able to tell is there's a pocket on the bottom, and this is where I keep my race shoes. So my Puma race boots fit in here. If I really wanted to, I could shove another pair of shoes in here, depending on like what they are. And it's not gonna like this little pouch isn't expandable, and it's kind of like framed in by this, so it's not really getting much smaller. So it gives you a good understanding of like how much space you really have. You could theoretically fit another pair of shoes in here, but that's where my shoes go. Zip this up, and then we talk about the main pouch. So this is where I put my helmet. So my helmet, nice and safe. Sometimes I'll shove like balaclavas in here or things that will go with my helmet, like earmuffs, or earbuds rather. The helmet has earmuffs, but some things require you to have earbuds. So I'll shove that in there. Any other cables, right, that aren't attached to the helmet will go in there. I could theoretically, if I ran out of space in my main bag, I could put my GoPro box in here, the case, and have even more space in the bag. But in this case, I didn't need it, so we just take this thing and it goes in here. And if you can tell, the bag kind of frames like the shape of a helmet. So, you know, it kind of works like that. And funny enough, right, there is actually a good amount of space left. And so what I do is I will just take my laptop that I will have filming or video editing stuff or movies or whatever, and I'll just set it in there. That's really it. I could maybe come up with a way to like better secure it, but for now this works. It's really easy to access. If your helmet shifts though, it does kind of get a little weird to zip the bag, but then you can just zip the bag up and you're good to go. And I always, with all bags, I just put both zippers on the top, so if I just need to go, oh, I need to get my laptop, just reach in here, laptop, got it, shove that back that way, and we're good to go. Same thing if you want to put it back. Just pull that out, or unzip that, slide that in there, and we're good to go. And that's pretty much what I do. I mean, this setup right here, like, saves my life. I mean, it's really very light, very compact. I just roll my bag around. I have my backpack on, which has my helmet. I think I can kind of, you know, put them together if I need to, but it works quite well. So yeah, anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you guys this and get your thoughts. If you have any suggestions on how I can kind of make this better, or maybe some bags that you like, let me know. I'll put as much of this stuff in the description as possible. None of this is sponsored, right? So I have you don't get anything if you buy this stuff from these companies. I do like CMS a lot. They're local, they're really great people, and the bag is really cool. And then this is just I think you have these at Costco. I forget the name of the brand. I'll put it here or whatever. Yeah, it works pretty good. Let me know if you have any questions, any feedback, any ways I can improve this. This is kind of my setup for now. Maybe it'll change, and if it does, I'll make an update video. But yeah, that's it. Quick one today. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the YouTuber thing, and I'll see you next time. Peace.